Hello, friends. We're coming to the end of the year 2023, and we've been in a big war here in Israel, but you've been sharing that with us in our hearts. We're coming to the end of these 3 months, and we're looking to cross over into a new year. And just want to tell you something that Yeshua said, I think is connected to this. This is in Matthew 24. He was speaking about the times we live in. And he says, verse 6, "And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see that you not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, and then the end will come." The end is not yet. So I take that to mean, as I understand that right now, we're not at the very end, but we're in a series of wars that's going to move toward the end. Remember, as you go through, this is Yeshua's prophecy on the end times. As you go through the whole chapter, he goes through a lot of tribulations and difficulty, but it ends up with a glorious ending with Yeshua returning and establishing his kingdom. So he tells us not to be troubled in the midst of a war. Well, how can you not be troubled in the midst of war? Well, you have to have faith. You have to believe, for one thing, that God is almighty, that he is all-powerful, that he's in control, he's good, he's just, and he's for us if we are submitted to his plan. So that's what we want to be. You can believe that 1,000 can fall at one side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. God's promises I've just been hearing this week of so many events where soldiers, particularly Messianic soldiers in the army, were being shot out in impossible situations, and God protected them. Others were wounded, but God has strengthened them. And God wants us not to be worried and anxious and upset. We are to have faith. And remember that God is sovereign. If he said these things must happen, that's because they must have to happen, because there's part of the process of getting to a good ending. I'll tell you something a little more deep on this issue. When God talked to Abraham in Genesis 15, he told him what was going to happen for the next 4 generations of his children, the children of Israel going down to Egypt, coming back in the Exodus, coming back and conquering the land of Canaan. And he said to them, one reason it will take that long is because the sin of the Amorites has not come to its fullness. What did he mean by that? I can't bring judgment upon the Amorites in the land of Canaan until it comes to the fullness. So the whole other process is waiting for the time of Joshua to come right back into the land when the sin of the Amorites was full and God was ready to judge them. God doesn't want to judge somebody before the time is right. And I believe this is what's happening now. This war could have happened before, it could have happened later, but now is the time when the iniquity, as I see it, of Islamic Jihad and Hamas in Gaza has come to its fullness. There's no more reason to wait. This war is a judgment of God upon the sins of Hamas and Islamic Jihad. And now is the right time. It had to wait for the fullness to come so that God's judgment could be brought to pass. During this time, there's been tremendous victories. None of us are that used to being in a wartime situation, but huge, wonderful things are happening. I've never seen the people of Israel so turning to God. Everyone is praying. Everyone is reading Psalms on the street. The news broadcasters are praying on the television. It's amazing. God is preparing the heart of our people for the day that all Israel will be saved. So we have victory because God is all-powerful. He's in control, and he's for us. And you are part of that victory with us. We want to share the battle, the war, but we also want to share the victory with you as you have shared your prayers, your giving, your standing with us and everything. And we want to say thank you. We go from victory to victory, from 2023 to 2024, and you're with us. Thank you so much for having been with us. Stay with us right through the end of the year and into the new year to come.